Okay, this video is called Hackers Ruin Christmas for 100 million people. Bruh. What the fuck did bro do?
Do you not feel guilty that you've taken so much enjoyment of gaming away from more than 100 million people over this Christmas period?
I mean, I can't really say I feel bad.
Why are you not frightened of getting caught?
I'm not really that worried about it, to be honest.
For the hackers, it's all just a game.
And this was my only present for him as well.
You're a real man. You must feel powerful, disrupting 10-year-olds.
Well, we have been called the Grinches of 2014.
Oh my
so.
god. They fucking ate up that roll. Eating it up. Eating it up. Oh god. Because what the fuck? They got happy for taking people's happiness away. The fuck?
Like most awful things, it all started with League of Legends. August 18th, 2014, people find themselves unable to connect to the game, and there's this brand new unknown Twitter account claiming responsibility. Over the next 48 hours, they go on what can only be described best as an absolute attention-seeking rampage. Their next target is RuneScape, and with all the game worlds knocked offline, this is when people start to take notice.
RuneScape recently came under DDoS attacks.
Damn,
it's one of those things where you really can't play the game.
DDoS attacks have real victims and cost companies a lot of money.
You can go to jail for DDoSing. I'm not sure what the risk and reward is.
And Lizard Squad was launching them willy-nilly.
Wait, so they knew they can go to jail, but they were still doing it? Or was the laws not, like, put in yet?
Making these games unplayable for hours at a time. And the reaction they got, I think, was their first taste of infamy. And it must have been intoxicating because to maintain the attention, they were entering into an endless cycle of sensationalism, upping the...
I see. They ate up everyone talking about them. They ate up all the attention they probably never got. Whew. I don't think jail was on their mind. Facts. Do you think it was just like, fuck it? Like, yeah, I think it was.
Ante with each new attack. On the 24th of August, just 6 days after this group had appeared on Twitter, they sent out a tweet, quote, "We're putting a bunch of lizards in the pipes on their way to Sony. Up until now, they've pissed off a couple neeps and weeaboos, but Sony..."
I always see that guy in my fucking shit. OnlyFans. What is that game? I don't know why it's on my For You page. I don't, but it's funny and they're entertaining.
PlayStation, that's where the normies hang out. And of course, the same time this tweet goes live, millions of them couldn't connect.
Oh my god, did I experience this without knowing I experienced this? That is crazy. We were a part of history, boys.
If I catch any lizard squad, you with my game, G, you lizard lame, goofy ass.
But perhaps the person most upset by this was John Smedley, president of Sony Online Entertainment. So right as the attack went live, Lizard Squad posted this picture claiming they were a terrorist group, an edgy joke to get the attention of media.
They, or he, is claiming to be a part of ISIS.
And Smedley posted how stupid this is on Twitter. Quote, "I wish the national media would stop letting these DDoS trolls' occasional use of ISIS crap be taken seriously. Media, please don't get trolled. Those ISIS..."
Bro said, hey. We're just gonna say we are not from ISIS, but we are the hackers. We did do that shit. We are causing havoc, but we are not from ISIS. I mean, I get it, but like, bruh.
These guys are pure evil and shouldn't be conflated with trolls. Honestly, true, but Smedley did make a mistake here because Lizard Squad feeds on this type of negative attention, and he was about to get on a flight to California.
Today, though, they took things to a new disturbing level. The tweet stating, "We have been receiving reports that Smedley's plane, number 362, has explosives on board."
Smedley's plane was diverted and grounded. Full deal, they searched it for bombs and everything.
This is an act of terrorism just to make a threat against an airliner that very, very serious ramifications.
Of course, this made national news, and the biggest question of all was who the heck is behind the Lizard Squad Twitter profile?
Literally.
At first, they were loving the attention, even sending out tweets mocking the FBI, before finally finishing off the night by also...
Did you guys hear about the like guy who hacked into our government system and he was from Australia and it was just because he was trying to find like some files about aliens, and then he like, they thought he hacked into it, but he actually just did like a stupid username and password and got in, and then got all the files, and then he started sending texts to people, like their screens and shit like that. And then the U.S. low key was embarrassed. It was did like a whole arrest order on him, but his mom was like, "No, you can't do that. He's not from there," and stuff. Oh my god. Anyways.
Also DDoSing Xbox. It was insanity, but I think by morning they might have been a little spooked. All the news stories were out, and it was clear these guys were about to be up against the full force of the United States Secret Service.
It had the rapt attention of the FBI and...
What's funny about that too is low-key, the FBI recruits these people. If they do such a good job to where they can't find them, they recruit them. And it's like, teach us our ways. Now you can have your fun over here.
PSA.
And it's at this point that the attacks stop. The next 5 days is just a continuous stream of nonsense banter and antagonization on Twitter as they gulp up the attention from their newly amassed 50,000 followers. This self-aggrandizing comes to an end on August 29th. They make a tweet. They're hosting an Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and the replies are just hilarious. Can't wait for the day the media reports you've all been caught. What's it like knowing that in less than a week you will be irrelevant and forgotten, but will still have ruined your life over something pointless and childish? Why would you want to cause chaos for a short period of time, which people will get over, for the price that could be many years of your life? Lizard Squad actually responded to this one. They said, because we're pretty confident we're not going to get caught for this. The guy wrote back, well then you're pretty stupid. I think they might have actually taken these to heart, because just a day later, Lizard Squad makes a post directing people to their website. It was an announcement. Quote, little thieves are hanged, but great ones escape. These guys literally thought they were the greatest hackers of all time.
They are feeling themselves.
Service attacks.
They were probably listening to fucking modern music in the background. I feel it. Like I know they were. Which is low-key calming. I sometimes do that.
These are very primitive attacks. So this is considered like child's play to real hackers.
They go on to write, we set out on our journey 2 weeks ago with the plan to cause havoc within the gaming community. Originally, it was to see if we could evade being caught and to experience the raw thrill of anarchy. Today, we will be disbanding. Behind the green reptiles and other bullshit, we have lives, believe it or not. I think it's hilarious at the bottom of the website they were manually linking all the news articles that covered them. It's like a shrine to how this was all really about the attention.
Pretty much.
They mostly stuck true to their word. But here's the thing about hacking groups. They all follow an arc. Hack something, then hack something bigger, and do it again until somebody makes a mistake that leads to one or more of the members being arrested. And Lizard Squad had yet to complete their arc.
Oh shit.
It only took 3 months. On December 1st, they were back. Kind of like how private internet access has my back when it comes to these DDoS attacks. I scour a lot of sketchy websites to make these videos, and one thing I'm conscious about is masking my real IP address. Not just because it leaves me vulnerable to being hit offline by people like Lizard Squad, but because it gives away my personal information, what city I live in, my internet service provider. But with private internet access, I'm able to mask all of them. They have secure servers in all 50 states, so I can make it look like I'm from anywhere. This has other benefits too, like sometimes companies want to charge you a certain price depending where they think you're from. No problem. Connect to a different country and boom, problem solved. Besides saving money, there's a ton of other benefits too, like if you use your work's Wi-Fi, you should really be on.
No, literally. I'm like, is he just putting us on, or is this like ad in
a
the
VPN
middle?
Because you don't want the IT guy seeing what you're doing online. Best part, it's cheap. If you use my link, that's a during the time
that was great.
An amazing product. Thank you, private internet access. Now, during the time they were away, their original Twitter account was suspended, and so
that's what they should have been. No, just kidding. They would have came back. You're right.
In an effort to regain their infamy, they were gonna have to come back with a bang. December 1st, the day starts with a single tweet. It's a threat to Microsoft. 8 minutes later, another tweet goes live. They had made good on that threat. Nobody could connect to Xbox Live, and upon seeing that error message, well, everybody thought of Lizard Squad. They immediately made 2 more tweets. Quote, just some preparation for Christmas. This is a small dose of what's to come. Of course, the news outlets jump all over this. Their stunt had worked. They were already back to 44,000 followers by the end of the day, but things were only getting started because they had big plans for all of December.
Yo, they crashed Machinima's website. Lizard Squad did. Lizard Squad, man.
The very next day, Machinima
deserved that.
Discredit the
Do you think they were trying to do a good thing at doing that to Machinima? Or was this when Machinima, like, everybody loved Machinima?
Xbox attack, saying it was a mere coincidence. In retaliation, Lizard Squad defaced their website. But the most important outcome of this attack was that it got them on drama alert.
And no one has been arrested because you can't arrest a lizard. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Christmas gifts for many companies around, the 25th.
Keemstar was criticized for giving these guys a platform. Many said he's essentially motivating them to keep going.
Yeah,
this guy writes, no publicity equals lapse in interest equals no more DDoS attacks. He's not wrong. After that first video went live, their followers more than doubled to 120,000. I mean, that's more than what I've got here on YouTube. This didn't quite matter though, because Keemstar's never been one to take criticism. And so leading into early December, they're doing all these different attacks. They take out Xbox for a few hours, hit off PlayStation again.
Is that what you guys were talking about? The Xbox red circle of fear?
Well, posting general crap on Twitter for attention. Keemstar keeps reporting on this. They're up to 150,000 followers, and news stations are now starting to catch on that, hey, there's this big Christmas attack that's probably gonna happen. But in the background, there's a new Twitter account that's gaining popularity. Finest Squad, a hacking group that's allegedly here to be the hero of the story. If anyone can save Christmas from the lizards, it's going to be them.
Yeah, the Ring of Death, the Ring of Death.
And on December 11th, the new Twitter account for Lizard Squad is suspended.
Nice.
And Finest Squad is claiming responsibility. And Keemstar manages to get a member from each group to come on his show.
Xbox Live is going to go down on Christmas. Is that still the case?
Possibly. Our main members are currently arguing at them.
How were they talking? Like, through what? Phone number? Or was it like Zoom to where like he doesn't have their information? Because I'm like, does Keemstar know who the fuck these hackers are?
At the moment, we may have split up slightly. I think that Lizard Squad may have ran its course by now, because we got suspended.
Every new Twitter you guys make, it's going to be suspended, so.
We're midway into December now, and things are looking hopeful. The Lizard Squad account has remained down because the members are preoccupied, posting from their personal accounts the doxes, that is, the names, phone numbers, street addresses of Finest Squad members. And in retaliation, Finest Squad is doing the same, except on both sides, none of it is correct. Vice actually did an article on how some poor 71-year-old grandma from North Carolina got hundreds of threatening phone calls for weeks because of it. This drama.
Oh my god. And it sucks because, like, are they no better than the fucking Lizard Squad? They just want clout? But often try to be like the heroes?
Wouldn't keep them distracted forever, though.
What's happening on Christmas?
I know how these people think, and since they want to get their need bigger, I guarantee you they're probably going to do it.
Christmas was just a few days away, and Lizard Squad had regrouped, created another Twitter. And how did they prepare for their biggest attack yet? By taking down an entire country's internet. It's the week of Christmas, and North Korea is knocked offline, and it didn't take long for Lizard Squad to take credit for the attack. At this point, it looked like it would take...
Kim Jong-un's like, no! Bruh! North Korea caught the craziest stray, but I'm not mad about it.
Miracle to keep Lizard...
Actually, okay, I feel bad for the people who were there.
Squad at bay during the big day. 6.6 million Xboxes and 6.4...
So you were scared when this came out? You thought you were gonna get hit?
million PlayStations have been sold for Christmas, and in the morning, people across the globe would be unboxing them
They're
and
literally
diving
the
into their
Grinch.
first experience with next-gen consoles. Yet, throughout the night, a hacker war was raging. Lizard Squad is trying to get a head start on the attacks. They DDoS Xbox, but it's only down for 8 minutes.
Okay,
Then
nice.
they try PlayStation. Again, only 8 minutes. Finest Squad is claiming to be counter-DDoSing Lizard Squad's botnet, stopping the attacks dead in their tracks. Like, holy cow, these guys weren't just all talk the entire time, they're actually stopping
Oh
it.
my
Lizard
God.
Squad gives up for the night, but not without a threat.
What if
Quote,
it was
"Operations
Lizard Squad?"
will continue tomorrow. As a result, the group of kiddies who think they are the finest will be proven incapable. And now we were only
Bruh.
hours away to seeing who was going to come out on top.
Christmas Day was expected to be a big one for the game consoles. Users excited to hook up their new systems. As of 9 a.m. this morning, Sony says the PlayStation Network remains offline.
Microsoft's Xbox Live gaming network is also out, and users just can't log in.
And there's no indication when service will resume.
A group of hackers.
I don't have any recollection of this. Like, did I... When did the PS4 come? No, I was in high school.
calling themselves Lizard Squad are claiming responsibility via Twitter.
The news was out. Lizard Squad had won. Finest Squad had failed to stop them. In fact, Finest Squad started asking for donations to help stop Lizard Squad.
What
and
the
this is when
fuck?
people started speculating either Finest Squad has been Lizard Squad this whole time,
Yeah.
and this was all a ruse to make some money, or the guy was trying to cash out before the attention would be gone. Regardless, sustained attacks kept both consoles offline for hours.
You know what really pissed me off? My son and like, Daddy, we should just play on the Nintendo or the Wii U. Like, goddamn.
Christmas was promised.
Like, goddamn. That was pissed as fuck, bro.
Was ruined, unless, that is, a new hero could salvage what was left of it. Enter Kim.com, a rich guy, internet entrepreneur who loves Call of Duty and is the founder of MAGA, a cloud service for storing files. And he slid up into those Lizard DMs, ready to make a deal. They agree on 3,000 one-year pro membership vouchers to MAGA worth around $300,000 in exchange for the attacks stopping. Lizard Squad takes the deal, honors it, and the rest of Christmas is saved. People are calling Kim a hero. But remember, Lizard Squad...
Yeah, that's just the first fucking... They just got fucking money, now they know. Oh my god. Now if we ask for more money, they'll probably give it to us because they want to play that bad. You know what I'm saying? Wii was fun. Never play it, but Wii was fun though. Facts. You remember the Crazy Rabbits or something like that? That shit was fun too. Oh my god.
Still wasn't finished their arc. They had completed their biggest attack yet, but none of their members had been arrested. This was all about to change. So what do you do with $300,000 in vouchers? You post them on the hacking forum that's not only known for cooperating with the feds, but also under your legitimate prolific profile that has a lot of information about who you are. And you do this literally a day after you receive them, December 26th. And then what do you do after that? Well, your big attack is over. Your attention is dwindling. So of course you agree to a news interview in which you show your face.
Do you not feel guilty that you've taken so much enjoyment of gaming away from more than 100 million people over this Christmas period?
I'd be rather worried if those people didn't have anything better to do than
He's
play
so
games on their
scary.
consoles on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This guy's literally on national news
Bruh.
admitting to being the culprit.
Literally admitted with his
Why
ugly
did
ass.
they- Mostly to raise awareness regarding the low state of computer security at these companies. They should have more than enough funding to be able to protect against these attacks.
In early Keemstar interview,
I told you. It's funny how the other countries, they have taken advantage of our net. They didn't take advantage of our system, but they hacked into it and they were so confused on how they got into it. And the US did, like, It was funny because, okay, it's not funny because, let me not say.
Reviews, other members were readily admitting that they were doing this all for attention. But this guy wasn't about to say that on the news. There's another guy that joins in too, but he's a little smarter. Instead of outright saying he's a part of Lizard Squad, he comes on as a security analyst.
Online security analyst Vinny Omari is well connected to the community. He expects more hackers to join in.
They go on to do an interview with the BBC.
On God, OVO, you do send the good videos. That's why I'll be like, OVO, what we got?
PC, and it's just hilarious. They're trying so hard to act like what they've done isn't wrong in any way, and the host just tears them apart.
Presumably you wouldn't go into a child's house, lift his PlayStation and smash it on the ground on Christmas Day just so he couldn't play it.
No, of course
you're
not.
Not that type of dork, are you?
No, that's just horribly sick.
And yet you've done the equivalent. Maybe you should have told them, I'm the idiot that's disrupting children's lives on Christmas Day. So you're doing this for the public good. You want us to believe that.
Yes.
He just felt better about himself because he wasn't doing it physically, but he wouldn't have the balls to do it physically, so he had to do it digitally. And that's why they look like this, pussy boys. That's why he looks like a who.
We're also doing it to amuse ourselves, but there's definitely the aspect of public good.
Offered your squad 3,000 lifetime encrypted vouchers to stop the hacking. So it was nothing really to do with exposing a company for the greater good. You took the money and you ran, didn't you, like a petty criminal?
It's $300,000 worth of vouchers.
Dirty, grubby greed.
These interviews were about
300,000? Yes! He looks like a who. What's the other video, OVO?
Bad idea. Just 2 days after this, 22-year-old Vinny Omari from the UK is raided. They have search warrants for all his electronics, citing the attacks on Xbox and PlayStation. Then, just a few days later, it comes out Finland's National Bureau of Investigation has picked up 17-year-old Julius Kivimaki. But this wasn't the end because there was still a few remaining members of Lizard Squad. But with 2 other members missing, they didn't seem to be as capable. On January 26th, they claimed to have DDoSed Facebook, Instagram, and Tinder, but this claim was later proven to be false. They also attempted to open up a DDoS for hire website, Lizard Stressor, but they weren't savvy enough to secure it, and so the customer database got leaked. And well, authorities in the United Kingdom paid a little visit to 6 of the customers who had paid for it. This was looking like the end of Lizard Squad, and for a while, it kind of was. The account they were using over Christmas got suspended, and they wouldn't create a new account until late May of 2015, just in time for the outcome of Julius Kivimaki's arrest. A Finnish court ruled not to incarcerate him, and the new Lizard Squad account is boasting about this. Quote, basically he'll be monitored for 2 years by local police, 0 time spent in prison.
Finland.
The reality is, Julius Kivimaki will never be made to pay for his crimes. And do you remember our old friend Smedley? He was upset by this because it turns out Julius was directly responsible for that threat made on his plane. And so upon reading the news of the court's decision, he tweets, "That was the piece of garbage that brought my plane down, leaked my information, and did all other kinds of crap to me. His parents need to be held accountable for his actions, in addition to his going to jail. So I'm coming for you, Julius."
Damn.
In one final act of retaliation, Lizard Squad DDoSes games that Smedley is directly overseeing. H1Z1, PlanetSide 2. Smedley writes, "Looks like we're getting hit again. Sorry, folks." And in a wild turn of events, after this, Smedley steps down from his role as CEO of Sony Online Entertainment. And it's widely speculated it's due to him essentially getting the company attacked again over these comments he made on Twitter, but we'll never know for sure. Now, if I've learned one thing from doing these videos, it's that the FBI will let criminals go free for years while they build enough evidence to ensure a strong conviction. Nearly 2 years had passed since the original arrests were made, and so it was only a matter of time before whoever was left running the account would face justice. And that day came on September 23rd, 2016.
Zachary Gupta is accused of hacking computers with victims around the world. This charge stems from an international investigation into hacking groups called Lizard Squad.
I think it's so cool how we still do those paintings for the, like, those court hearings and stuff. They always do the, like, drawings and shit.
Zachary apparently cried in court as he was sentenced to 3 months in prison in order to pay $350,000 in restitution. I think...
Is Isn't that how much they got in like the fucking whatever they got from that one guy?
This guy actually got the most punishment out of anyone, and coincidentally, he's also the only one from the United States. His criminal complaint also has a coke.
That's why. Is this another video or the same thing? Bro, we low-key, we got distracted. This is a different video. This is about the fucking hackers that ruined Christmas for 100 million people.
Conspirator, a Bradley from the Netherlands, but I was unable to find any information if this guy ever actually faced punishment, even though he was directly involved with all the same stuff as Zachary. As for Vinny Omari, it's unclear what the outcome of his case was. We know he made bail just one day after being arrested, but I couldn't find any publicly available sources detailing whatever happened to him. As of today, all his old aliases have been left abandoned since 2016. Regardless, Zachary's arrest marked the end of Lizard Squad's reign of terror, but their story left a lasting impression on many hacker groups to come. But those are stories for another day. Thank you.
Why does that look like the same dude? That looks like the exact same dude.